minutes, but shaking the world. Jungkook's video and Jimin's comments go viral. At exactly 11 p.m. Korean time, the entire ARMY community was shaken by something so brief, but leaving a tremendous impact. A 3-minute video was mysteriously released through HYB's private channel. No teaser, no promotion, not even an official statement. The video just appeared. The title is only one word, which if translated freely into Indonesian means breath. But what makes the world seem to stop is not just the video. Rather, who appeared in it, and one comment left suddenly by Jimin. The video opens with silence. The camera moves slowly along an empty street in the suburbs of Los Angeles. There was no sound of music, only the sound of the wind, dim street lights, and footsteps that slowly entered the frame. In a few seconds, Jungkook's figure appeared, dressed simply, a black hoodie, jeans, and a face without makeup. She looked exhausted, but her eyes harbored something deeper, as if carrying the whole world in his mind. Jungkook walked towards a park bench. He sat down, opened his phone, and played a voice memo. No soundtrack, just a recording of someone's voice saying, "We'll be fine, won't we?" Although we do not know what will happen. Then the screen goes dark, and at the end, for the last 10 seconds, only one sentence appears in white text on a black background. Happiness comes when we stop pretending that everything is fine. 3 minutes. Nothing more. But in such a short time, armies around the world felt something incredible, as if they were being invited to dive into Jungkook's heart. A cut of honesty that is not often given directly by a star of his size, but the wave of emotions did not stop there. A few minutes after the video went up and began to be shared thousands of times, a single comment appeared under the official upload of the video on the Weverse platform. The comment was just one short sentence, written by Park Jimin's official account. "I know how hard it is for you to record this." The comment became like an explosion. Within an hour, screenshots of Jimin's comments spread around the world. Reaction videos are popping up. The fans, both from Korea, USA, Japan, until Indonesia, admitted crying while watching the video and reading Jimin's comments. Many believe that this is not an ordinary promotional video. This is part of the personal healing process. Not just for Jungkook, but also for anyone who is struggling in silence, especially if you remember the background of recent months. Jungkook, who has been absent from social media since early June, is rumored to be feeling a lot of pressure after touring and military duty, as well as news that he turned down several brand offers because he wanted to focus on himself. Now everything seems to be answered in 3 minutes of silence, but hit so deep, and Jimin's comments, short, honest, and meaningful. It's a sign that this video isn't just about Jungkook, it's about their closeness that can't be faked. It was as if Jimin knew the whole emotional process Jungkook was going through, even before the cameras were on. And with that one sentence, he wasn't just showing support. He invites the world to see the human side of his best friend, not as an idol, but as someone who is struggling to be true to themselves. A writer from the Korea Herald wrote, "We rarely see an artist as big as Jungkook share his fear and fatigue in person." But this video changes everything. It's not about aesthetics, it's about the courage to say, "I'm not doing well." In the midst of the Korean entertainment world that often demands perfection, this video is a slap as well as a hug. That being vulnerable is not weakness, and that the stars also have limits, and when they choose to share it, the world will shut up and listen. After the 3-minute video was released and Jimin's shocking comments appeared on Weverse, the wave of emotions that flowed among the army did not subside. In a matter of hours, a community of fans from all over the world began to speculate, discussing the meaning behind the video, and unearthed the great possibility that this is part of something much larger, not just an overflow of personal feelings, but the beginning of a new era that they are preparing together. Some fans began to notice small details in the video, like the location used, a hidden park in Los Angeles that is supposedly close to one of the city's major recording studios. Time background towards evening with orange light from street lamps. Rated describes the phase of a person's life that is at the intersection between dark and light. Even the voice of a mysterious voice memo in Korean that sounds like the voice of someone known. Many speculated that it was Jimin's own voice, recorded privately and used with special permission. HYB herself remained silent. There is no official release. There is no clarification. But it is precisely this uncertainty that drives fans even more crazy. They felt like they were being asked to put together a huge puzzle composed by two of the most mysterious and artistic figures from BTS, Jungkook and Jimin. On the other hand, the Korean media began to welcome this news with great caution. Dispatch mentioned that they had known since a week earlier that Jungkook and Jimin were in LA, but do not know the exact activity of both. Now, with the appearance of this video and Jimin's comments, they believe that the two are indeed undergoing a collaborative project, likely not just as a soloist, but as a duo or part of a larger BTS project that will come in 2026. Various K-pop analysis YouTube accounts began to release in-depth theories. One of them even makes a connection between three keywords: breath, silence, and comment. They concluded that the video is likely part of a visual trilogy that will portray an emotional phase in the creative process of BTS's long-rumored comeback that will be more personal and honest than previous projects, which is also interesting. In an old interview with Rolling Stone, Jungkook once said that one day he wants to release something that is not about fame, but about truth. Many feel this is the form of that desire, and Jimin's comments are just the beginning of their joint courage to speak not as idols, but as people. Jimin's comments continue to be quoted and analyzed. The phrase, "I know how hard it is for you to record this," is considered evidence that Jimin accompanied the process of making this video directly. Some fans even shared blurred photos from the set in LA that allegedly showed Jimin's shadow behind the camera. Was he actually the creative director on the video? Or even as a scriptwriter? Until now, there is no certainty, but what cannot be denied is the incredible effect of this fleeting moment. 3 minutes of video, one comment, and the world is changing. Jungkook not only showed courage to present himself as fragile, but also conveyed the message that being vulnerable is the highest form of strength. And Jimin, as always, was present as a protective figure in silence. It was something that Jungkook himself couldn't say. Beyond that, this interaction feels like an open call from two best friends who have been through so much together, from training period, debut, to achieve global popularity. But above all, they remain two ordinary human beings who take care of each other in the midst of a harsh world that is not always friendly. And ARMY, as a witness, not only accepted this story with tears and love. They responded with artwork, poems, songs, and even donations for mental health done on behalf of Jungkook and Jimin. Some international fan bases even started a campaign titled "You Are Not Alone JKJM" as a form of moral support. The world awaits the next step. Is this really the beginning of BTS's comeback? Or is it just an honest message from two hearts that are tired, yet still dare to dream? For sure, despite being only 3 minutes long, the video has lit a new light in the hearts of millions of people, and perhaps also in Jungkook and Jimin's own hearts. Now, fans are waiting. Will this video be followed by an emotional musical project? Or is it just a personal work of art, a little note shared with the world with no hope of being reciprocated? Clearly, in those 3 minutes, the world changed, at least for the millions of people who felt they were not alone. And it all started with the footsteps of a Jungkook and one sentence from Jimin.